Oh, you thought this was a joke? No, we're getting down to business. I have all of my notes here and we are really gonna get into it. I am so passionate about this topic. It's kind of quite literally not even funny.
I want to reach that goal. I want to reach that level. And I know that you do too.
The best thing that has ever happened to me.
This is an endless journey that I continuously want to get better and better.
Life is great. Life is beautiful. God loves you.
Just continue learning and developing new skills. You are worth the investment.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Natalia and I am so happy that you're here. When I say I did a 180 with my life, I for real did a 180. The girl that I am now, you would have never thought that I was who I was a few years ago. At the end of the day, it's you. You have to live with yourself for the rest of your life. If you don't like what you're doing right now, if you don't like what's going on in your life, if you don't like where you are, who you are, then it's literally only up to you to change that. And I quite literally don't think that there's anyone else more qualified to talk about this topic other than me, because if you've asked my friends, my family, anyone around me that has known me for, let's say, the last 5 years, they would say that the person that I was 5 years ago is a completely different person now. I would hope they would say it's the best thing that has ever happened to me, because like, I understand everyone has phases, everyone has things that they go through, but like, I don't know if it was a phase for me. I think it was, I don't know what it was. I always was supposed to be this person that I am today, but I'm gonna walk you through things that you need to realize in order to get to your best self. And let's back up. I don't want to just be spitting these things at you as someone that, like, okay, you might have never even seen my face before, and who is this person to tell me, like, you have to do X, Y, and Z to get to your best. Let me give you some credentials, okay? Me, 5 years ago, I could not control my liquor. I could not control what I was doing. I was drinking all of the time. I had no passion for my life. I had no drive, no idea or really any expectations for what I wanted to do. I was just kind of going through life. I was letting life happen to me. I wasn't taking control of my controllables. I was just going with the flow. And the flow was chaos, destruction, and a whole lot of mess, okay? I put myself in situations that were not healthy. I was in relationships that were super unhealthy. I treated myself like I was nothing. I was a girl that just did not care. I did not care about my value, my self-respect, and I didn't realize that in the time. I didn't realize that those things that I was doing directly represented how I felt about myself. I had no idea. But girl, if you are letting people walk all over you, if you are in relationships that just suck the living daylight out of you and make you feel like nothing and a piece of shit, and if you are in friendships that are so toxic and there's people in your life that literally make you feel like nothing, there was many low points in my life, many low points that have shaped me into the person that I've become. And I feel more overly qualified to make this video because I took what happened to me, the things that happened to me, the things that happened in my life, the things that were happening around my life. I took those things and I turned them into the woman that I am today. And I cannot be more proud of the woman that I am today. And me saying that, it's almost a little bit emotional, almost a little bit, it's taken me a long time to be able to say that. It's taken me a very long time to be able to say that I am proud of who I am, because there was times in my life where I was not a good person to be around. I was not the person that would motivate you to do good things, but I didn't know any better. I didn't know that I was doing the wrong things. I didn't know that I was just a bad influence. And my mission is to take those things that I did and turn them into, like, this is my story and I need you to not do that. I need you to realize and lock in now so that you can get to the best version of yourself a lot faster than I did. And I'm still growing, I'm still learning, I'm still evolving, and I know that the best version of me is continuously unlocking new versions of herself every single day. We just need to find the key root of why we decide to do the things that we do and either fix them or amplify them if they're good. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through things that help me genuinely change my life for the better and genuinely amplified my life for the better. So let's get into it. I hope you guys enjoy this video. We're gonna do a little bit of a mix-up. I don't want to just sit here and talk to you guys, and we have to check our boxes today. There's a lot of things that we have to do, so let's run through what we have to do. So we have to go to class. Then after class, we're gonna get our gym session done and our cardio done, and then around 12:30, we're gonna head over to my parents' house, drop off my baby Mila, my dog, and we're gonna hit our steps. We're gonna do a bunch of things today. We're gonna eat really healthy food. I'm gonna walk you guys through kind of my day, but also throughout the day, I'm gonna be telling you guys and inspiring you guys from my mistakes. Like, we're gonna get into it, okay? And yeah, I just think it's gonna be fun this way. So I'm not just gonna be sitting here talking to you the entire time. We're gonna be walking through a very inspiring, motivational day that I think is gonna be a really good time. So let's get this day started, shall we? 20 minutes left, so let's maybe get our steps in a little bit and we'll walk and talk about some more things. And I made notes because this is very important to me and I really want you guys to kind of get the gist of what's going on here because, okay, let's get our steps in. Also guys, look at how cute my makeup is. I've discovered that I really love the freckle pencil. I don't know. It's cute, isn't it? I have freckles on my chest and on my back that I was honestly kind of insecure about for the longest time, but me adding freckles to my face now, I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's cute. Let's embrace it. Let's embrace ourselves, you know?
What's going on with the light? That's kind of creepy. So, I wanted to take you guys through and just paint a picture of, just really quick, in like a minute, I wanted to give you guys a rundown. This girl was 150%, let's even say 200% into the party lifestyle. Think about the person in your life that like loves to party and like times them by 10. That was me, bottle in hand. There was a time where it was Monday through Sunday. That was my life. I did that because I did not like who I was. I did not like what was going on in my life. And it was easier to just have alcohol and substances to numb the pain than actually go through my emotions. And like, you don't realize that when people are going through it, they resort to vices that no one would ever know because you use alcohol, you use substances, you use experiences to numb the pain. And for me, it was partying, and that didn't stop in college. That continued after college for a while. Nobody's opinion is really going to affect you like your own. You know, it's kind of like that kid that mom's like, don't do that, and the kid wants to do it even more. That was me. Every time anyone told me like, hey, you need to stop doing this, I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. Let me live my life. And I did that for a while. I would get into fights with people that really cared about me. I would say, you don't know what you're talking about. I would distance myself from people that really wanted good for me. It was a really crazy time in my life, and without getting too many details, I just wanted to paint a little bit of a picture of what that looked like. That all changed. Not quickly. It was something that changed. It was like I fixed one character defect at a time, and I'm still working on myself. I'm not over here being like, hurrah, I'm perfect. No, girl, like, this is an endless journey that I continuously want to get better and better. When I started to realize that things were not good in my life, I started to fix them one thing at a time. I recognized what was wrong, and then I subconsciously and consciously started changing things. Like the alcohol, I remember so vividly. I was on vacation with my now husband, but at the time he was my boyfriend, and he was like, do you want me to get you a mojito from the bar? And I was like, I don't really feel like I want to drink today. And he was like shocked, because I'm the first one to be like, I was the person at the airport that would be like, please give me a Long Island, make it extra strong. Girl, a Long Island is already strong, what do you mean? It just catapulted from there. I was just like, oh wow, I didn't drink today on vacation. If I could do that today, let me try tomorrow. The next day I was like, wow, this feels really good. I remember my vacation. I'm having fun on my vacation. I don't feel like shit in the morning. Let's continue this. And then I was like, you know what? Let me challenge myself for 1 month. And then I didn't drink for 1 month. And then I was like, let's try 6 months. And then I was like, whoa, I could probably do this for a year. That's pretty epic. Now I'm over 3 years sober, and sober from everything in my life. No substances, no nothing. And it is the best decision I've ever made in my entire life. And it didn't start from that. I don't want this video just to be about alcohol and substances. It's about the things that were inside. I met my boyfriend, which is now my husband, when I was doing all of those things. It started from realizing that I deserve more for myself and cutting off people in my life that didn't serve me, cutting off situations that didn't serve me, cutting off experiences and energy that did not serve me, whatever that looked like. So it started with people, it started with places, it started from work environments, anything that did not serve me. I wanted more for myself. I started wanting more for myself. I started wanting things that just fueled my soul, made me feel like my truest self. How am I going to be in the health world if I'm not even healthy myself? So all of those things started downloading in my head, like, wow, if I want to do this, I have to be the picture first. I have to represent what health looks like, you know? It started with realizing, okay, let me find a career that could really help people. How do I get there? I started working as a medical assistant, and wow, that job taught me so much. I was my doctor's right hand. I saw 35 patients a day, sometimes more, sometimes less, and I was go. I came out of that office every single day exhausted, but I was like, you know what? I know that this is a part of my story, and eventually it's gonna make sense. And I just kept going with that. Everything that life got me, I was like, okay, how can I take this and make it make sense? And I'm gonna give it my all every single day. Show up and give it my all every single day. And that's what I did. And slowly things started to reveal themselves. Okay, let's pause here because I have to go to class, and then we're gonna go to the gym. But hold that thought, okay? Because we're gonna continue this. I feel like enough jibber jabber about all the negative things that have happened in my life. Well, they're not really negative because I feel like they've definitely shaped me, become this best version of myself, and every experience you have honestly adds to who you're becoming. So whether it's a good experience, a bad experience, or somewhere in between, just know that it's a part of your story that is going to add to the person that you're becoming. I'm going to give you guys 5 of my most important lessons that I've learned that have helped me unlock this new version of myself, that have helped me change my life and become the best version of myself. We're getting closer and closer and closer to my dream life, and I know that, if I can do this, then you can do it too. It's not going to be perfect, but it's a journey that I'm willing to accept. I want to reach that goal. I want to reach that level, and I know that you do too. So let's get into it. I think the most important thing that I've learned is investing my time in meaningful relationships, investing my time in quality people, quality situations, quality environments where I feel seen and heard, where I feel like my presence matters. I'm respected, I'm valued, and that's something that has to come from you. You have to decide that you are worth being around. You are worth the investment. You are worth it. Spend time with people that support you, that nurture you, that make you better, that amplify you. A great example of this is when I started school. I wanted to be surrounded by people that studied hard. I never was a studier. I never was someone that sat down and studied for hours, unless it was like the day before the exam. I wanted to be around people that valued school, that loved school, that knew that they were there for a reason. So I surrounded myself with literally the top of the class. All of my friends are so incredibly smart. That just drives me to do better. You want to be around people that challenge you in a healthy way, that challenge you to become the best version of yourself. I think that strong social connections is what can bring you really to the next level. Surrounding yourself with people that love you, that respect you, that care about you, will push you in ways that you don't even know. I think the next thing I want to talk about is continue learning and developing new skills. Focus on the hobbies that make you smarter, that make you more creative. Like for me, vlogging, documenting my life, creating a creative outlet in the time of school and stress is something that has made me so happy, and I'm able to motivate others through it and honestly motivate myself. Finding hobbies that you love, like, is that pickleball? I think when I realized going out and drinking every single weekend is not gonna give me a fulfilled life is when I truly unlocked this version of myself that wanted to try new things, that wanted to be creative, that wanted to go out there and find out who I am, what I love to do. I think that's finding out who you are, what you like to do. All of the other things will kind of come into play too. You can find new connections that way, find people that you want to hang out with by trying new things and learning new things. I'm a strong believer that we should never stop learning. Find new books, read new articles, follow people online that inspire you and teach you things about yourself and about the world. It's so important to continuously learn. This next one might be my most favorite one right now in my life, but prioritizing your physical health. Oh my gosh, when I started prioritizing my physical health, I feel like I unlocked an even bigger piece of me. It allowed me to start waking up earlier, to go to the gym. I think my health journey started with the non-toxic lifestyle. If you don't know, I've been living a clean, non-toxic lifestyle for about 4 years now. One day I woke up and I decided I don't want to ingest poison anymore. I don't want to be using toxic makeup products. I don't want to be using toxic things around my house. And that completely changed my life. I'm a completely non-toxic girly. Of course, there's some times where I allow myself to, do whatever, but I would say 90% of the time, it's that non-toxic lifestyle that makes me feel good. And that honestly can correlate with the last thing. That's a hobby for me. It's something that I love learning about. The more educated I am, the more I can help others. And then, of course, the physical aspect of going to the gym, moving my body. Guys, this is so important. Movement, lifting heavy weights, guys. Right now we are in an epidemic of skinny is trending, and I'm telling you right now, skinny is not cute, okay? Strong is cute. You know why? Because being strong is gonna prepare you to carry a child, is gonna prepare you to age gracefully and strongly, to be able to age without pain. By the time you're 60, 70, or 80, you're gonna be happy with life, not struggling to just live every single day. That's why we want to go to the gym. That's why we want to lift heavy weights. That's why we want to fuel ourselves with highly nutritious foods, to be able to do things that you want to do every single day and feel good while doing it. And I'm not saying you have to dive into this huge routine of I'm going to work out every single day, go to the gym every single day. Start small, steady steps every single day. Getting yourself to the gym and walking on the treadmill, whether that's picking up a set of dumbbells. Follow some people online that post about fitness content. Just follow their routines of what they do and find what you love. Because if you don't show up for you, nobody else will. Health is something that we cannot trade in life. Without health, we have nothing. Small efforts daily make such a bigger difference than extreme efforts once in a while. Next thing is managing your time wisely, intentionally. Spend your time doing the things that you want to do. And sometimes we aren't even aware that we're doing things that don't serve us. Sometimes I catch myself and I'm I've been scrolling on this phone for way too long. Let me do a reset and a recheck. I think we need to identify with what matters most to us and then align our schedule and our lives with that said thing. Need to limit our distractions in life, remove the things, the people, places that are taking you away from your ideal life, and put boundaries in for yourself on what is okay and what is not okay. I think boundaries can reduce stress and increase the meaningfulness of life, the fulfillment aspect of life. I stopped going to places where I didn't feel fulfilled. I stopped going and hanging out around people that made me feel like crap. I started hanging out with people that made me feel amazing, and I started doing things that made me feel good, even in the moment if I didn't want to go. For example, going to the gym. Do you really think I want to go to the gym 5 times a week? I wake up excited every single day to go to the gym? No, but that's a boundary get creative with myself. I'm going, no ifs, ands, or buts. And we're gonna do it. We're gonna conquer those things because I set goals for myself and I wanna reach those goals. And how do I get to those goals? It's by setting boundaries with myself and the people around me that I have to hit these things in order to be happy, have a meaningful life, feel fulfilled and balanced. I think the fifth thing that I want to talk to you guys about during my cardio session here, see, we're hitting our boxes, we're checking our boxes, is practicing gratitude and self-respect. And that looks different for everybody. For me, gratitude is praying. I pray to God about the things that I have in my life. I pray to God for the things that I want in my life. I pray to God for the people in my life, for their health, for their ambition, for their drive. I pray for myself. I thank God every single day. I just am constantly talking to God because that's what makes me feel so grateful and makes me feel seen and heard, is having that relationship with God, making Him my number one priority, because without Him, I am nothing. And I think the self-respect part of it is everything that we talked about. If we hit all these 5 points, you're showing yourself that you have self-respect. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Okay, I'm gonna finish my cardio and I'll speak to you guys in a little bit.
Okay, hey you guys, we are at my parents' house. I thought we would just assemble lunch together. I'm excited. I haven't tried this type of recipe before. I'm making like a chicken parm sandwich. So I have a piece of sourdough bread. I have my oyster mushrooms. Oyster mushrooms, guys, I mean, you have to get them from like the right shop, because I got oyster mushrooms one time at this new place and they were just like horrible. And then the oyster mushrooms that my mom gets at these they have to be like thick, if that makes sense, and like all have to be branching from the same root. I don't know, but they are so good. I'm making like a little chicken parm spicy vodka sauce type of a dish. I get these panko crusted chicken breasts at Costco. They're so good. They're from like the brand Tyson, and the macros are pretty good on it. So I have 2 big chicken breasts and it's 40 grams of protein for both of them. So like 20 grams per piece. I'm having 2 because I'm hungry, haven't eaten much today. And I just got my nails done. They're really short, but I feel like they're cute. The goal is to grow out my nails because right before Poland, I'm getting my nails done again. I already have the appointment set up and everything. I really want to I'm between 2 designs. So I'm thinking like these are super summery and fun. Love those. But then I was also thinking, since I'm going to Poland, the flag, if you don't know, is red and white. And I wanted to do like a little, I don't know, I feel like that's cute. Leave a comment down below which ones I should do, because I'm really in between and we have some time before, so maybe you guys can help me decide. I am gonna assemble this sandwich. It's gonna be delicious. Maybe the base will be the mushrooms. Yummy. Maybe we'll do the sauce. Super cheesy. Are you guys seeing this? This looks so divinely delicious. Wow. I don't know who told you eating healthy has to be boring, because this is definitely checking all of my boxes. Let's devour this. 59 grams of protein. Almost 60 grams of protein in here. Okay, let's take a bite, shall we? Gotta make sure we have all the components. She's definitely messy, but like 10 out of 10. Wow. So good. Oh, you guys, it was supposed to rain this entire week and it does not. I think it rained a little bit last night, but it is just so beautiful out right now. I'm in my favorite spot and I'm gonna study now. I'm gonna study and review my notes because I have a few exams at the end of this week, and next week I have 2 big exams that I have to crush. So I'm gonna do that. And yeah, I feel like we had a pretty productive day. I took you guys through a little bit of my morning. I talked to you guys about how I changed my life and how everything just kind of
came into fruition, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely did. Life is great. Life is beautiful. God loves you. And I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your day. I will see you in the next video.